Jalen Ramsey doesn't fear any man,
Nope.
Cris, Canty, no man, even though it's quite a little bit of a different tune than he was singing in the offseason when he talked about Gronk. All right, who's got the edge in this rematch, the Pats offense or this Jaguars defense, Canty?
I'm going to say it's the Pats offense just because we know what they are. The Patriots are going to score points. That's just what it is. It's going to be, somewhere between 21 and 28 points. I think they averaged 28 points a game last year. You saw what they did this year in that opening game against the Texans. So we know what the Patriots are. So I think this is going to be up to the Jaguars offense to be able to match points. So defensively, I know that the Jaguars, they're going to try to take away Rob Gronkowski. You saw in that AFC title game, he only had one catch before he got knocked out with that concussion. But, they're going to have a plan to deal with Rob Gronkowski. It's about the other guys, and Tom Brady always finds a way because that's just what he and Bill Belichick do. But looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're going to have to find a way to be able to move the football. You saw it in that Giants game after midways through that second quarter where Leonard Fournette got knocked out. They struggled to move the football. They had one scoring drive where they got the ball at midfield. But other than that, they weren't able to move the ball. Only 4 first downs after that drive. So, that's a struggle for this Jaguars team offensively. Leonard Fournette's banged up. I think T.J. Yeldon is a serviceable running back, but he's not the difference maker that Fournette is for that offense. So I'm going to say that the Patriots have the advantage in this matchup because I don't know that the Jags offense is going to be able to match points with Tom Brady.
Yeah, Pat's offense definitely do have the advantage. New England, they don't listen to any of the interviews that other teams do. But what I've seen through the years, especially from any defensive back that makes any type of comment about New England, if they were cheating, anything that they say that might be a shot at New England, in the game plan, during the game, Bill Belichick will either run at that person with big linemen or someone like Gronk, or they run either a double move or a counter move, a trick play to be able to take advantage and make somebody look real, real bad. So I expect them. If Jalen is going to guard Gronk, I expect in some of those situations, they're going to get Gronk the football, but also I would expect them to run at Gronk so Gronk could block Jalen. And that's not something, you don't have to be afraid, but that's something that Jalen does not want to see. He doesn't have the eye discipline. People say, what's eye discipline? How they see the ball, how they see offenses. And Jalen's used to being outside, and he's not used to having the action in front of him that linebackers see. That's why when Bart Scott was here, he was talking about if you try to travel with Gronk, Belichick will do some things to take advantage of things that you're not used to seeing. So huge advantage to Pat's offense going against a very good Jags defense.
To Cris, to your point about if you chirp during the week, they might have a special play for you in the game plan. Famously, I'll just go back a decade because it happened to a buddy of mine, Anthony Smith, safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers always been liking talking. The Pats are undefeated. And he says during the week, they're not that good. We can beat. I forgot the exact comment. I do not forget what the Patriots did. They ran a flea flicker directly at Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith got roasted, and Brady met him in the end zone. Brady did a direct run 35 yards downfield to get in Anthony Smith's face. Brady actually got a taunting penalty, I think maybe the only one of his career, in that moment yelling at Anthony Smith. Later in the show, we're going to talk about who we like in this matchup, Gronk or Jalen. I like Jalen to, quote, win the matchup statistically, but that's because I think the Patriots are going to, if they do have them matched up, I think they will be happy with it. I think they will throw to the running backs. I think they will get Cordarrelle Patterson involved in the quick screen game. I think they will see if what they saw in week 1, Philip Dorsett, is duplicable week over week. I think that the Pats would be fine with the Jags changing their defensive game plan around slowing down Gronk if it makes everyone else on their defense, particularly the secondary, have to play either slightly out of position or not exactly what they're used to doing. Because the way the Jags have been a dominant defense is they do what they do and they make you adjust. If the Jags adjust preemptively to the Pats, that works in the Pats' favor.
And who they're going to do it with, I don't know. Rex Burkhead in the concussion protocol. I don't know who. They got James White, Sony Michel, their first-round draft pick, University of Georgia, not up yet and playing. They're going to go back to Super Bowl hero, James White, Dorsett. I don't know who they're going to go to, and the Jags don't know that
Hill
either.
went on IR this week.
So they got a shortage of skilled guys like I've never seen before. So that's a different set of challenges, and that will be played out in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to. We don't know who the guys are going to be, but we know that Bill Belichick will utilize somebody and get some production and be able to move the ball.
Nobody works it more in their advantage than Bill Belichick does.
He always finds a way. That's what he does. And Tom Brady is so versatile in terms of the concepts that he's able to adopt because he's seen so much football. He's got answers based on the defensive looks that he's facing. So I don't worry about what the Pats offense is. That's always going to be the constant in that game. The Pats offense is going to find a way to score the points. That's why I always look at this matchup and I say it's about what the Jacksonville Jaguars do on the offensive side of the ball. I trust Blake Bortles more as a runner than a thrower, and that's a problem when you talk about the quarterback position. So it remains to be seen whether Blake Bortles can duplicate what we saw in that first half of that AFC Championship game. But from what I saw in MetLife on Sunday when they played the Giants, I don't have a lot of high expectations for Bortles in this matchup.
The Jags are going, to your point, Canty, the Jags are going to have to score at least 21 points to have any shot. And how can they do that? They have no legitimate weapons on the outside at wide receiver. Their running back is banged up, and the running back, at least thus far in his career, has been limited already anyway. They would need Blake Bortles to have at least, 75 yards rushing? Like, Belichick talked all week about how Bortles is a real rushing threat. They are going to have to, through almost smoke and mirrors, find a way to generate an offense. Because against the Giants, they couldn't. They scored 20, but 7 of them were Miles Jack going the other way with an Eli Manning tipped interception. I know there's one of the marquee games of the week. I don't expect it to be one of the best games of the week. I think the Patriots can handle this Jacksonville team, even in Jacksonville, with relative ease.
All right. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.